Hello, everybody. Brent McDonald here, and this is probably going to be a very controversial video to people, but I think it needs to be addressed to the Percy Jackson fans because this is something that everybody's overlooking, and unless you actually study actual news and what's going on with Disney and stuff, you're not going to understand this. So watch the video until the end to understand everything because you're going to... And wait for the comment sections to just wait and watch the whole video before we say anything. And, so anyways, Disney is purposely right now about to screw over the entire Percy Jackson franchise. This is not fully on Rick. I have to say this. It's not fully on Rick this time. Only partially it is, with him calling fans racist, which he's... I don't think that was him necessarily told to do that. Disney tells all their employees and stuff to call people that if they don't like a certain racial casting and stuff. Now, that's besides the point. I don't blame Rick for that, but I believe that's something that Disney had him say because this has been something that I've spoken to people who've worked with Disney, and they're told to do this to screw up their own. They're the back burner for Disney. All the employees are, and they'll fire them over that. And they tell them to say that stuff, and then they fire them for stuff like that is going on with Rachel Zegler right now, and that's something that's going on. Is Disney set her up, and now maybe certain stuff may be her own doing. Certain stuff I can't say on that, but they don't have a filter on certain people. It's just really bad, and their PR team should do this, but they do stuff like this all the time. And that's because Disney's trying to crumble their company. But without further ado, let's get into the Percy Jackson stuff. Okay, so if you have not been catching up on this, Disney is going to be doing 2 shows for promotion mainly. And they have 3 shows to promote: Percy Jackson, Ahsoka, and Loki Season 2. But only 2 of these are going to be promoted the most. That is Ahsoka and Loki Season 2. Meaning, Percy Jackson is completely on the back burner. Completely on the back burner. And Disney has no faith in the show whatsoever, obviously, because they're not going to promote it as much as they should, as say Marvel or something, because they're trying to build their brand again. And if you don't believe me on this, look what happened to the show. What is it? Trying to think. Spiderwick Chronicles TV show. Disney does not have any faith in these shows. Any new projects are just going to be completely scrapped or just completely put in the front to slowly burn and die. And Percy Jackson is going to be one of these shows, guys. No, not to matter of fact, it is going to be the show they do this to first. And it has a huge fan base. And they've already burned off a lot of the parents who are going to be paying for the kids to watch this. So there's going to be a lot of partying going on by these kids. And Disney, the money they receive is going to be parents who've had their kids steal their money with their credit card or whatever and pay for a Disney Plus subscription, reopening the account and stuff. That is going to be something, and Disney's going to have to pay back that money, which that money they gained means they lost a whole bunch of other money. It's just really crazy what's going on right now, and Percy Jackson is going to be the show that burns right now, and I'm speaking from my mind and heart, but Disney is screwing over Percy Jackson for the final time, and Fox did this. Now Disney's doing this with Percy Jackson. We're in a flux of Percy Jackson being completely ruined multiple times, and this is on Disney for this. I don't fully blame Rick, even though there are some questionable things like him saying, if you have anybody to complain about the casting of these kids, of these characters, I'm solely responsible. No. That's not how Hollywood works. Now, I think what could have happened, he could just be lying, or he could just not know how Hollywood works. He would have to be making his own independent production of Percy Jackson, which would be very low budget, by the way. Which only, the way casting processes work, it's up to a group of people, with the casting director having the final say in everything. Rick is not the casting director. He's only on board as a consultant with the casting. That is how casting works with books. Now, if he was making it, like I said, if he was making his own independent production, which this usually happens to only mystery and thriller authors, not sci-fi, fantasy, horror type stuff, that never happens with those authors. Unless they write, out of the blue, some mystery thriller type series. Which Rick, he could solely do that with one of his series. His Tres Neverary series, which is an adult series. Don't let your kids read it. He has a lot of issues with that. But that's where I call bullshit on that part. Because literally, now, like I said, maybe he doesn't understand everything with the thing, but you would at least think that his agents would walk him back and say, hey, you need to apologize to these people. You weren't the actual person who made the calls. No, never happened. And now, this is very rare, but it is what is going on. That's what would have to be how he would be able to make soul casting decisions. But Rick is none of that. He's never had a presence in Hollywood. And Rick has done stunts like this before, back in the day, with the Percy Jackson movie and then after it. Most people don't even look at the DVD. As a kid, I looked at the DVD bonus features before I even watched the movie. And I watched the deleted scenes and stuff. But I was really interested in filmmaking. Set or any of this stuff. But clearly, he was. And that's where he has a lot of inconsistencies with his movies and stuff. Because I've also seen him claim he's never even seen the movies, maybe read the script. but scripts change. So if you hated the movie so much, why? I believe it was the Blood of Olympus. The Blood of Olympus or the House of Hades. They mention a scene in the glossary from the Lightning Thief, but instead with the Lotus Casino. But instead of it being actual book accurate with the cards, it's actually a fucking scene for the movie. And he supposedly doesn't like it, but he incorporated that in there. Rick says a lot of stuff that actually makes no sense. It contradicts what he says originally. And this is where I don't know whether to believe him on that stuff with Disney, because he seems to be in the dark, but you never know, because he's made a few inconsistencies with stuff like this where he would clearly know. But yeah, and Disney's just letting this film die because of what he said. They're just going to completely bulldoze it. And I like the franchise, but I don't necessarily like the way they're taking it in forms of casting and stuff. It's all very politically motivated, and I just don't like it. Now, when you go back and look at the original movies, they weren't politically motivated at all, and that's where I have to give them props. Rick later drew a lot of the older fans out when he started incorporating the politics in the show, and it's just, I mean, in his books, and it's just really bad that the first series is being adapted with politics in it, and I just don't want to agree with it. The series worked the way it did originally. The original series, staying away from the politics. But Rick later started weaving this into there, and I just don't like it. But I'm still willing to watch it as a fan. See what could be a good adaptation, even though the casting is bad. I'm not gonna support it or anything, but I just don't agree with it, and rightly so. No, also we have the issue of like I said, I think I said it earlier. Parents are going to have kids pirate this and stuff, and we're just in a bad situation with Percy Jackson for the final time, and that is where I have the solution, guys. Disney is selling soon to Apple. Now with Apple, I think I could be the director. I'm launching my career as an actor and director soon, and if I can get up there, guys, I plan to make a very faithful adaptation of Percy Jackson. Casting everything. Okay, guys? So, if you want that, let me know in the comments. A faithful adaptation. Everything we want from the books. Just let me know. Because a lot of the older fans by this casting. So, I'll see you other movie lovers. This is Brad McDonald signing out. See you out there. And also, please like, share, and subscribe for more Percy Jackson content. I plan to bring it more and update the channel a little bit more. So let me know. See you out there, movie lovers. This is Brad McDonald signing out.